What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rundown Retrospect this week. As always, I am your host, Michael, alongside the man of the hour, Mr. Jeff himself.
Hello.
And right next to him, we have the one and only Big Deadly Grin, Mr. Evan.
What up?
And our special, awesome, super funny, and talented Mr. Mojo this week. What's going on, man?
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Doing
Enjoying the
good.
weekend.
Looking good. How was your weekend?
Oh, it's been enjoyable. Nothing happened, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, what's the weather out? What's the weather been like for you out there? I know
It's
it's crazy.
finally warming up after our sub-zero temperatures last week. So
Yeah, did you guys get a lot of snow or?
last Sunday we got like 6 inches overnight, and it shut the whole town down.
That's what
And
she
then
said.
yeah, it was weird though because it was all gone the next day. So it was shitty on Sunday, then it was fine the next day.
It's so weird.
How many times does your car get stuck in random places?
A lot.
I can think of like three times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to you about that. It got stuck 4 times going to and from the
Yeah.
gas station. It was awful.
He's like, I want to get coffee really bad, and I was like, do it. And he's like, okay. And like 30 minutes later, he's like, I got stuck.
The coffee wasn't a good idea.
You instigator.
Dude.
I got stuck coming out of my apartment, and then I made it out, and I made it to and from the coffee place just fine. I came back, and 3 people had gotten stuck on the turn into my apartment building. So I'm like, well, shit, I can't really go in there now because there's people stuck everywhere. So then I went further down my complex, got stuck. Then someone tried to go around me and got stuck behind me. So I couldn't back out. I had to wait for them to get unstuck. And then 20 minutes later, they finally got unstuck. And I was able to go around and go up our alleyway. And then I started getting stuck again. So I just pulled into a parking spot, left my car, and walked the rest of the way.
It's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
I told you, man. Like, get a fucking truck, especially where you live.
Yeah,
Jeez.
honestly.
Uh,
Four-wheel drive's where it's at.
Yeah.
Well, for everybody,
Mine's not four-wheel drive, but sorry.
no, you're fine. Go ahead. I thought you were done. My apologies. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, mine's not four-wheel drive, but like, it's still like I can get over stuff or like through
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Because my car sits probably like this high off the ground. So
Yeah, they
That's
don't
not
have a lot of
anything.
ground clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For everybody that doesn't know, Mr. Mojo is a very good friend of ours. He's an up-and-coming Twitch streamer. For everybody that doesn't know, man, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So I am Mojo2241. I just go by Mojo because it's a lot easier than that. Basically a variety streamer. And the more I talk about what I stream, the more I realize I stream games that are hard for people to play and make people angry. I enjoy like Souls-like survival games and anything that's kind of difficult because I enjoy a good challenge. But yeah, lots of that. A little bit of Tarkov here and there, but the majority of it's for survivals and like Souls-likes, like Neo, Dark Souls, Sekiro, that kind of stuff. All kinds of good stuff.
So that's why you finished the tower without us, is because you wanted that challenge.
I do.
Yeah.
I enjoy difficulty.
Nice.
I've never seen you finish a game either.
Yeah, it's always like a different one every night. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Like I get so excited about like your playthroughs of like certain stuff, like your Subnautica playthrough. I was really excited for that.
Yeah,
And then
you
I-
finish that.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like you never finished. And I was like, okay, now I kind of want to play it, so I got it. And then I've been playing it like here and there. But like you never really finished it. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I got stuck. Like I started doing the like just skipping to the end thing where you build like the creative mode where you build the platform.
Yeah.
And you still can't leave until you go to the
Nope.
alien base and figure it out. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn. And I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, I'm done.
Watery Wednesdays.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
his niche, though. Maybe that's what he does on purpose. Is he starts a game, he gets people hooked, so they play it, and then he never finishes it, so they're just
It's
SOL.
He's the
Yeah.
unfinishing gamer.
Right, exactly.
I was talking about that actually. Like one of the person who I hang out with every now and then. He's like, every time I hop into your stream, you're always streaming something different. So we like counted. We had a total like 8 different games I had started or streamed in the last like 2 weeks. It's like, okay, this is a problem. I should probably finish one of these.
I mean, like at least you're still doing Tarkov Tuesdays, right? So
yeah.
like, I mean, it's not like there's ever an end to that. So I mean,
Exactly.
got that going. So
Yeah, perpetual.
Yeah. At least I mean, it's a solid schedule though. At least you got that one going on.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
and then
I-
now on Fridays I have not a podcast Friday with Overtitus, and we basically just bullshit for like 3 hours and play random games here and there and do our Neon Nebula demos and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I love Titus,
Yeah.
dude. He's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
Way cool, dude.
Yeah. Super supportive too, man. Gotta get
Oh, yeah.
him on at some point.
Okay, so
I do too.
what day are we gonna play Outriders on? Because that game is I'm buying the shit out of that game.
Yep.
Yeah, is it pretty good? I've heard
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
Even
Yeah.
the demo is fun as hell.
How long is the demo open for?
I beat it.
Forever.
Oh, it's open for
Oh,
it's
well,
indefinite.
Yeah.
So
literally,
you might as well play it.
yeah, might as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, just think of like all the games that you've enjoyed before,
Mhm.
like kind of meshed into one. So it's like a
Okay.
little bit of Gears, a little bit of Division, a little bit of
Mhm.
Destiny, a little bit of
Minesweeper?
Revenant. Huh?
Yes.
Minesweeper? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Minesweeper?
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was so weird. It's like there was like a little bit of talking over, and then there was a delay. I was like,
I hate not being in the
What?
same room.
yeah, but so it's like a little hodgepodge of all the fun games that we all played before and we've enjoyed, and it's nice because it's kind of like a little refreshing take on it. Like the RPG system's pretty cool, and the level design's pretty neat, and the enemies are a little bit different, and the abilities I think are my favorite part for sure.
'Cause there's
I think as long as
100
they have like if they have a solid like long term plan, I think the game's gonna be fine.
Because there's like different classes and stuff too, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. You got 4. I
Nice.
think I'm gonna run at least 3 out of the 4 classes. I don't know how grindy the game's gonna be yet, so I don't want to commit to like a full roster, but
Right.
Mhm.
I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be pretty cool.
I'll
Yeah.
have to try that out. That sounds like I've heard nothing but good things about it from everyone. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely pick it up because it would be nice to game again.
yeah, I agree.
to-
Hell yeah. So, tell us a little bit about your gaming history there, buddy.
It's been a while. I remember I first started gaming when I was like a freshman in high school, and that was back when like Skyrim had come out a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the one thing that kind of got me into all of it. So it just started with Skyrim, and then just kind of went downhill from there, I guess. Yeah, I remember growing up, I never had any consoles or anything like that. We got like a Wii for Christmas one year, and that was the extent of it. And then I finally like got out of the house, and I'm like, I want a PC. I want to actually play games.
Well, I thought you were about to say you got out of the house and you realized, wait, I want to be outside more.
Yeah, right.
I want back in the house.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
there's sunlight. What is that?
I'm not happy here.
So
I'm
you're
not
you're a
happy.
late bloomer when it comes to gaming.
I am, yeah.
That's
So yeah,
super interesting.
That's-
So let's
It is.
go back a little
Well, you
bit
got to think
more.
too. Like Mojo's a little bit younger than we are too. So
Yeah.
You're like, what,
I'm only
20?
23.
Oh, I thought you were 25.
No, 23. I'm a youngin.
yeah.
What-
So
Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah. You're like, oh god, there's kids on here.
what do you mean? I play with other people immediately? What?
Yeah. What is that?
I find
Wow.
that shocking that we didn't know that because I mean we've been talking for months, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about that. I know at least like Sarah and I've talked about it. 'Cause she's like, oh my god, someone who's younger than I am. Like I'm not the baby of the group anymore.
So, I'm curious. Like,
Yeah.
what did you have a strict household? I mean, just what did you
Yeah,
do
kind of like
during?
that. We had like limited computer time kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, I guess I remember I played a lot of RuneScape when that was like really big back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like, it was kind of a strict household, so we were only allowed like an hour or two a day,
Mm-hmm.
and that was about it. So every now and then I'd be able to get on there like that, and then when I got into high school, it was more lax. I could do pretty much what I wanted as long as I was the one who purchased the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I got like a cheap laptop, and I'm like, okay, this will do. This will do. Like terrible specs, but it ran Skyrim at like I don't know, 20 FPS, so it worked.
Ah,
There
the
you
good
go.
old days.
Yeah. So yeah, then once I got out, I'm like, okay, this is what I enjoy, and this is what I'm gonna do. So here I am.
And now you're just making up for all that lost time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't ever leave the house for work, and then I come home, and that's all I do.
Like I don't have time to finish all these games, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
play all of them though.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
Just
Damn.
gonna
I-
start
I-
17 games.
No, I
Yeah.
feel like like you might just be so busy that like you've got a really bad case of FOMO. So like I don't want to miss any game that's coming out, so I'm just gonna hit everything. So
Yeah.
I get a little taste here and
I
there.
feel like that's how it is sometimes, where it's like I work 40 hours a week, so I have like basically the evenings and weekends to play games.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, I'm feeling this tonight. Oh, I'm feeling this tonight. I'm feeling this, feeling this, feeling this, and it's like, oh wow, there's just so much I've started, and here I am, neck deep in all these things, and don't know where to start again.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it's always a good time though. I don't regret any of it,
Hell yeah.
and it always. And that's I feel like that's the definition of a variety streamer. You have a little bit of everything going on all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that's like
So
it's basically in the title, right?
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Like people ask me when they find out I'm a streamer, and they ask me what kind of games I stream. Like I go blank. I have to like really think about it. I'm like, what did I play last?
Yes.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Exactly. As
So
always, yeah.
okay, so all right, so it's all coming together now. So
Yeah.
strict
whole big
household
picture.
started what you said, what freshman in high school is pretty much when you started playing.
Yeah. So that would have been like 2010
Okay.
or 2011. 2011.
Damn,
So.
I graduated in 06.
Yeah, I graduated in 15. So
So
Yeah.
old.
I know. We're gonna make you guys feel your age bit.
I
God,
know.
and-
I was on the phone with my parents today, and they're like, "Well, you're at that age now where you need to start playing for your fucking retirement." And I'm like, "Oh, that hit so hard." And I was like,
Yeah.
God, 5 more. I've been out of school for 15 years. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told Jeff I want him to let me know what kind of diapers he wants in the coming years.
Mm-mm.
you need to start putting this Twitch
"I
money.
don't want
source-
any.
No.
No, I'm gonna cut a hole in my gaming chair and just have a shit bucket,
There you go.
and then so I'll just pay somebody to come
Well-
dump it out."
Be sure to patent it though, so Razor doesn't steal it first.
Do you know how to operate a drill?
I do stuff.
What kind
I
of
don't just
stuff?
Always. I can hammer.
Anybody
mom-
can hammer.
No,
Yeah.
we've all hammered once or twice.
You can hand a hammer to a fucking toddler and they're gonna hit shit with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't worry,
Tools.
we're gonna find you the most over-ambitious extra retirement home that allows all the PC gaming and streaming. I promise.
There you go.
no, literally, I can put anything together that requires an Allen wrench. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's most of
Fortunate-
it.
Hold on.
Fortunately, you could find a YouTube video on almost how to
You
do
found
anything.
you
so-
used
Yeah.
a screwdriver at my house when you were building your PC.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
Well,
that's
it's very loose terminology. Like I was there in the presence of the PC being built. I only contributed a very small amount as opposed to
Yeah, you were holding the
Michael.
flashlight while Michael was yelling at you to hold the light up.
Yeah, no, and then his buddy came over and he started doing all the work, and then we were both holding the flashlight.
So, and I'm gonna let everybody know this. I can build the PC. I can put the PC together, and I know where everything goes. But once it comes to taking all the wires from the power supply and then connecting them
Oh,
to the
God.
motherboard, that part pisses me off. And I just have a buddy that lives 2 minutes down the road, and he just hops on over, and all I got to do is give him a beer, and he's like, done.
Sold.
So yeah. All right, so freshman, we start playing a little bit of RuneScape, a little bit of little Skyrim, a little bit of here and there. What attracted you to those type of games? Like, what was it about games like that? And do
I don't
you
know,
still
it's-
play those
it's like
games
the-
today?
I do. So I got back into old school RuneScape a few months ago, actually, and it's like re-addicting. It's kind of fun.
Of course, you did.
Yeah, but then
I
my,
was about
but
to say,
then
there's like a surge right now for that.
there is. But then my account got hacked and everything I worked for was lost. So I'm like, okay, I'm done now. But
Oh yeah,
that was
that's the
fun.
worst.
Yeah, but yeah, just like the RPG aspect. I've always loved those kind of games, and I feel like that alone has kind of like spurred all my games since then. So I just love like all like the RPG aspects
Mm-hmm.
every game. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
yeah,
dude.
they're always good times.
So we fast forward a little bit. You move out. You get your own place. You find you a Mrs. Mojo. What when did you start streaming at that point?
I started streaming. I started streaming last August 2020, And so I did, yeah, just done all of it for the longest time. And one of my buddies started streaming, and I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun. I kind of want to try that out. And then that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I enjoyed it a lot, and I picked it up, and started to run with it.
What what necessarily attracted you to it though? It was like, oh, this is fun. I want to do it. Like,
I don't really know. It's just like it just feels like hanging out with people, and
Mhm.
you meet tons of new people, and there's like a whole networking. You meet awesome people like everywhere, and I'm like, I love meeting new people. Like over the internet, I'm not a social person. Like in real life, I'd rather like not leave my apartment. But like on the internet, I'm super social.
Bro, I've been
And-
off for 2 weeks, and I may have left the house twice.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
No.
I'm like, if I can have everything delivered, I will.
Yeah, like if I'm at work, that's the only time I'm out of the house.
Same.
Or like
I leave,
at the
go to
gas
work,
station.
come back, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like gas station runs for.
God, we're
raging
missing
caffeine
so much
addiction.
vitamin D in our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you save so much on gas. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
save that
true.
money that I save on gas and just apply it to
Yeah.
like vitamin D vitamins. I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I actually have those because I get so little sunlight. I have vitamin D supplements, and lately I've been having to like force myself to go outside for like 15 minutes at a time and just sit there in the sunlight.
Yeah, we just
Miserable, huh?
got it these new vitamin D's at work, and they're like, you take it once a week, and you're good for the week, which is awesome.
Hmm
Makes life so much. I still forget to take it, but
Yeah.
Well, that kind of like if you want to elaborate on it, if not, it's fine. But I'm curious. Like I kind of have a vague idea of what you do
Yeah.
outside of streaming. But if you
So-
want to do a little detail on that.
yeah, I am a compounding specialist for a small pharmacy. So basically, in the world of pharmacy, there's drugs that aren't like available on the market to buy, like at your manufacturer, that kind of stuff. So I have to actually make those drugs. So like different pain creams with like 4 different ingredients in them, or random capsules and different kinds of like troches and lollipops and that kind of stuff. So I'm the one that actually goes in and makes all that stuff. We have like a whole like drug lab basically that's like certified by the FDA, and the it's called USP. I don't know what it stands for, but basically regulations that state like what the guidelines are for your compounding. So if you aren't in these regulations, you can't legally dispense these compounds and give them to patients. So we have all this stuff set up, and yeah,
So you're a
that's what I work at.
scientist. Got it.
in a sense.
That's
yeah.
what I got from all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
so-
much.
What
Just
I'm
put it in
gathering
Drizzle.
is that like if anything hits the fan at some point, you can just Walter White the shit out of this.
Yeah, pretty much. It's always kind of fun. It's like I have a huge I've been in pharmacy for the last almost like 8 years of my life doing work and like technician stuff. And then I worked at a hospital for 3 years, and I was working in like their IV room making like sterile IVs and chemotherapy and that kind of stuff. So
Hmm.
that kind of that experience helped me get this job. So this is considered non-sterile compounding because it's like topical and oral, that kind of stuff. So you aren't like putting it in your vein. So the sterile compounding is like the IV room and like chemotherapy, that kind of stuff. So they're two totally different worlds, which is I wasn't like expecting, but
And
either way, they're a lot of fun.
believe it or not, like I really enjoy learning about that side of people when we do have them on here, because it's amazing to me. Like, yes, we do all come from different backgrounds of some sort, but it really gets interesting when we all start talking about what we do for a living. Whether
Oh, yeah, I can
it's
talk about drugs for hours.
exactly like, oh, I sell drugs or I sell
I
computers.
can talk about my experience with drugs for hours.
Yeah,
Right. I would like in your case, I would be a little bit more on the professional side of what you do instead of being like, yeah, I make drugs.
No. that's what I say.
That's
I say
the best lead way into a conversation.
I mean,
I
yeah,
sell
but-
drugs legally, so
Uncle
Yeah.
Sam
All right,
gets
I
a
guess that's
cut.
fair.
yeah,
I would say
exactly,
drug dealer all the time.
for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I sell drugs, but I also get a W-2. So
I'm a
Yeah.
drug manufacturer and distributor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
that's exactly what I am actually.
tax-paying entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of fun though, 'cause like we have like the actual like raw chemical. So like we have like raw ketamine and like raw like fentanyl and all that kind of stuff, which it's kind of terrifying if you think about it. 'Cause it's just like, but this white powder could like kill me, so that's kind of fun. And
Have you ever had an accident?
I have
a-
not, but I've heard about people who have, and it's not fun. And like I read through all like the warning labels and stuff on some of these drugs, and some of them pretty much say, "Make yourself comfortable if you get in contact with this, and this would be nice knowing you." It's like, oh, that's kind of fun, kind of
Oh.
scary.
So is there a
Oh.
bring your streamer to work day? Like, I need to.
I proposed that idea actually. I'm like, this would be kind of fun to like show people what we do and like show like the process of actually making their medications and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of shot that down because of like the whole Privacy Act. They don't want any information for patients being leaked because there's like thousands and thousands of dollars of fines associated with that.
What the hell's that
And,
company
like,
called?
HIPAA.
HIPAA. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you like break HIPAA, you can go to prison for 30 years.
Yes.
So I'm like, well, I thought I'm like that'd be a great idea. It'd like get our name out there and it'd show people like what we do, and people would be like, "Ooh, that's awesome!" Like I never thought like that's how that was done. But it's like, well, that'd be a good idea, but the law is kind of a thing too. I'm like, well, it's
Yeah.
Stupid law.
right?
Unfortunately.
Ruins everything.
So, does your job as a drug entrepreneur of sorts, does that conflict with your gaming at all, or I mean, are you
No.
able to keep them pretty separate?
Yeah, I am, which is pretty good. So it's I basically once I'm off the clock there, that's it. I don't care about it until the next day.
Stays at the door.
Yeah,
Right,
it sounds
that's-
bad, but like my whole mentality is like if I'm not paid to worry about it, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's how Sarah is, dude. She'll fucking
Yeah.
get home, set her work phone down. It'll start ringing, and she'll just like watch it ring from the other side of the room, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, turn it off.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
when I'm at work, I like give my all to work because I need a job. But
Like I would just have my phone out whenever I go to clock out, and then like immediately as soon as I hit clock out, I just block the number from work.
that's
And then
the way
like
to
whenever
do
I
it.
wake up in the morning and then unblock it. Might be
at
a-
my old job, I used to be on call every 4 weeks, so it's just like a week where I had to be readily available 24/7, and those were the worst. I made a whole
Can
$2 an hour extra doing it though, but that really wasn't worth it being bothered at 2 a.m. by people who couldn't figure out their password.
So
Yeah.
we've kind of lost it here. I'm gonna try and find it. What fudge?
You like
I
fudge?
love fudge, dude.
Like
I haven't had
fudge?
fudge in so long.
Fudge.
I haven't had it in so long. When's the last
So,
time
yeah.
y'all had fudge?
A couple days ago,
No.
or about a week ago.
Probably been a couple years, honestly.
Yeah.
You don't see it all that often.
You gotta get fudge from Tennessee. That's like one of the best places I've ever had it, from Gatlinburg.
So,
I
have you
yeah.
ever had a bad experience doing your job, like you personally?
Not necessarily. I mean, like, bad customer interactions are always a thing.
Always.
Because like we open to the public pharmacy.
Fucking
so that's
boomers.
always- yeah, everywhere. And then with all of our COVID shots right now, there's just swarms of them. It's awful.
I need this shot or I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And people lie about their age, try to get in ahead of people, and they're like, "Oh, I have a pre-existing condition." I'm like, okay, and you're not 65, so you don't really matter to us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but I can't wait in like 20, 30 years when, we're up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and you see those commercials. Did you get a COVID shot back in 2021?
You might be.
You might be
it's not
entitled to
safe.
some money. I
Yeah.
can't fucking wait.
Fucking dialing up some JG Wentworth. Just...
Yeah.
Oh god,
I-
dude.
I'd say the worst like experience I ever had was when I worked in the IV room and I almost put a needle through my hand. That kind of hurt, like
Oh,
a lot
man.
of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but and I had to drop chemotherapy with a needle and syringe one time, and that was terrifying. But other than that, I haven't had anything like really bad happen,
Mhm.
or like anything happen to me. Just like pain with the needles and that kind of stuff. But
Have you
just stress.
seen it happen to somebody?
I have not. I've heard stories about it from like people who have done that. Usually they try to train you and make sure it doesn't happen again after it happens the first time. So I remember we had a story of this guy who was making chemo at the hospital I worked at, and he was shaking like 2 vials, and he actually like hit them together, and they both shattered in his hands. So they had like chemotherapy all over their hood and all over his hands, and like his hands were all cut up and stuff. So they had to like flush his entire hands out and then put him on a bunch of IV drips so he didn't like die.
Oh, I was like,
Jeez.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for a
What-
better ending to that. Like,
what's
oh,
the
he became a
what's like the-
superhero.
He exploded.
What's the scariest thing that you make? Would that be the chemotherapy stuff?
Yeah, that's what it was before. Like, we actually make like non-sterile chemo for like wart compounds and that kind of stuff, and I have to like grind up the chemotherapy powder and like mix it up, and that kind of spooks me out a little bit because it's like if I inhale this isn't gonna be good. But at the hospital, we actually did arsenic for a chemotherapy treatment. So it was kind of
Really?
cool, but kind of scary. And they put it in ampules too. So you have to snap the top off of the ampule. It's like, why am I using like snapping a thing of glass that's full of arsenic? Like, you think they would have thought that through a little better?
Why are they still using
Jeez.
arsenic?
They still use leeches too.
Mm-hmm.
I did leech.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had leech therapy like 3 times
Yep.
at the hospital. So we flew in the leeches from New York,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to like transport them into the little like see-through like.
Oh,
Yeah,
basically.
leeches are still very commonly used all around the
Mhm.
world. Yeah.
Oh,
assholes.
dude, I would love to get you in a conversation with Dolan, our buddy Dolan. He's a PhD, like actual like surgeon.
Mhm.
And because like you saying that like about them flying in the leeches and shit. He was telling me
Yeah.
this story. Somebody died and he was an organ donor and they had to fly out to I think it's like Pennsylvania or something like that and like go to that guy's body and cut out his heart and lungs and stuff
Oh my gosh.
and then put it on ice and then fly it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just like because he would know like a lot about that. I just like to see you guys go
Mhm.
back and forth.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I work at the hospital. I saw all kinds of fun stuff. I used to work down in our OR down there, and like as basically the pharmacy side of anesthesia. So I just refilled all of their drugs they needed and that kind of stuff. So I had like been in the rooms during like tons of different surgeries, which was kind of freaked me out at first, but then I got used to it. It's like, oh, they're just cut up on the table. That's normal now.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. I did a transfer when I worked EMS back in the day. That shit was not fun.
Yeah, it gets intense.
Uh-uh.
Almost as intense as camping. 'Cause that's literally intense.
Well, thanks for being on, Mojo.
Yeah.
So a little bit more about the gaming side. Can you tell us some of your more memorable experiences? Because you said you've been doing this since August.
For streaming?
Yeah. So do you have any like memorable experience and things like that that you can think off the top of your head that you might want to share with us?
Like memorable as in like streaming side, or like it's just super funny gameplay shit that happened?
Both.
Okay.
All of the
so
above. D.
One of the best things ever happened like probably 3 weeks ago when I was playing Neo on stream. I got completely styled on by someone I was fighting, and he just destroyed me. He flipped me over his back, slammed me into the ground, and as soon as I hit the ground, everything crashed. Like on my computer. It's like, oh well, this is great. So it's like, yeah, it just got destroyed, and it destroyed everything.
Like it
everywhere.
transferred to real life.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, well, great.
What's his name? Quell.
Yeah, no kidding.
For real.
But yeah, and then some other memorable moments. Yeah, you guys know Puzzle Me Panda. I know.
Yep.
I was playing Remnant with you, Evan, and Jeff. You two. We were playing Remnant the first time like I met you guys. I remember Panda was like, "Hey, I have a surprise for you." I'm like, okay, what are you doing? And she raided me with like 45 people.
Holy
I'm like,
shit.
Holy shit. I'm like, okay, this is new to me.
Wow.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Did you tense up? You freeze just like, oh,
Yeah,
what do I do
for
now?
Sure. I'm like, I'm not used to this. What happens now?
Yeah, you just put everything down and you're like, oh.
It's like the pressure
on.
is actually
Hi, hold on.
blocking me.
I'm gonna get myself together just a second. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, Evan, before I go into anything else, did y'all have anything I wanted to elaborate on?
And I have to say, my first 12-hour stream was super memorable for me. That one was a blast for when Cyberpunk first came out.
Oh
And-
yeah.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I
Yeah.
was trying to do 16 hours, but I couldn't make it 16 hours because I'm a little bitch. But
I mean, dude, 12's tough.
yeah,
like,
it
12
was
was
kind of
tough.
grueling, but it was a blast. I had so much fun during it, and
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
I think Evan and I we breezed through ours. It was over.
Dude, it was so easy.
It was over before we knew it. Like,
so easy.
It was a little bit different for Mojo and I. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
'cause
mine
when
was
I
so
did,
much harder than yours.
dude, when I did my 12-hour, I had already worked that day, and I
Mhm.
came
Yeah.
home and I was like,
Yeah, that's where you
"Fuck
fucked
it,
up.
I was like, you know what, fuck it.
You
I'll
get
do
what
it.
you fucking deserve.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I had a great time on mine too. Like a lot of support, a lot of people came out, and then I got we
Yeah.
got a huge Not Your Parents raid on that night too. So like,
Michael, I actually
Uh,
want to do another one with you soon.
Okay.
I'll just
Yeah,
go
we can
fuck
do it.
myself.
yes, right.
Yeah, we'll work something
Well,
out.
I mean, yeah, we invited Jeff, but he was like, "No, I'm going to bed."
I-
And you
No.
and you were probably playing with Titus or something.
Oh yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Raven Arm, Tosca, it's always more important people out there. But yes, I'd love to do another 12-hour stream.
Sorry,
Take your time.
I know more than 2 people. Sorry.
It's not good enough. Damn it.
I bad, dude. I'll just alienate everyone else I've ever met.
There you go.
All right, let me know.
Yeah, sorry, Mojo. Can't play with you anymore.
That's fine. I understand.
No, actually, Michael and I want to finish the summit. We need one more exotic piece, and then just
See, I have.
then
all
we
the
need to hit the
pieces.
top.
I have all the pieces. I got to the top, and then for some reason it didn't register, so I'm gonna do it all again, which kind of sucks.
Well, you can hop in with us,
Yeah.
and then because we're at like
75 or something.
75, 76, yeah.
Hell yeah. I
Yeah.
finished it 3
Yeah.
times, and the last floor is rough.
Yeah, because that's when you
Perfect.
take on the hunters.
Yeah.
I got that new skill build. We'll be good.
Yeah.
Just keep me alive.
Still got to finish all the manhunt stuff
Oh yeah, that
For-
too.
for PC. Yeah.
Worst fucking
Yeah, you
ending
do.
ever.
Yeah.
Right.
When you guys told me about that, I was like, I don't even want to do it now.
You
But,
really?
like I got to.
I mean,
Yeah,
do it
I-
definitely to get
I
it
don't know
done, but
about
it's fucking dumb.
What happens? If you don't, you can
Yeah.
spoil it for me. I don't care.
Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Oh, that's it.
Like, there's nothing to
treat it like
spoil.
any other
Nothing
bounty.
happens.
That's boring.
Yeah.
It's like all this build up, and then it's just
Yeah,
it's
you
done.
kill who you're going after, and you get the skill.
So there's a lot of like theories online as to, oh, she's not really dead, or that wasn't really her, or whatever the case may be, and it brings like a whole lot of other clone stuff into it, and this, that, and the other that the Rikers and so on have been working on.
Yeah.
Division 2 Attack of the Clones.
Exactly, some bullshit like that. But there's no spoil involved. You do the manhunt and then you're done. Like,
Got to be dead. We shot the shit out of her dead body,
all right.
like a lot, dude.
I feel like you guys and probably millions of other people did too. So there's no
Yeah,
chance.
Oh, yeah.
that
Rage.
oh, dude, she's
100%.
hamburger meat at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Art.
Days Gone is gonna
I'll
be
buy
your
Days
first
Gone
one,
again, dude.
and
That was so
then the second one's supposed to be God of War.
Ooh.
I will rebuy both of those games.
Yeah. I've never actually played God of War, and I've wanted to so bad.
I'm
That's
actually in the middle of
Really good.
replaying
It is
it
really
right
good.
now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
In
actually
2
down with
years,
it.
Michael will finally play Watch Dogs Legion.
For real.
One day.
Well, no, you got it. It'll be Watch Dogs 2 by then, and then Legion when Ubisoft doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it's hard for me to play other games when, people are like, hey, come play with me. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to. I can't just be.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Nobody invited you to God of War.
Yeah,
It's a
Santa
single player
Monica.
game.
Santa Monica sent you an email. I was like, "Hey, Michael, we really miss you on our server."
No, like, how am I supposed to go and play these other games when I'm just,
It's like, "Hey, we've
By
noticed
not
you haven't
picking
bought
up the
anything."
single player games that you're playing.
Those games are way better.
How would you know? You never played it.
I played Legion for about
Got a point.
2 hours. No, he's right, though. I can't argue.
Yeah.
So what I miss?
That is hard though. Like trying to balance like single player games you want to play like really bad, and then it's like, oh hey,
Yep.
you want to play this with me? Like yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I want to hang out with my friends, but it's like I also want to play this game, so it's like
Right, because
Mhm.
I don't
It's
know
like
what I want to do.
the second you fire up your system to play, like say for instance,
And
like
then
Spider-Man,
the
right? Then
wall
you
of
get a party
notification.
invite, yeah, for like, hey, come play Destiny or Call of Duty or Battlefield
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like,
you never
fuck,
know,
dude.
man. Bloodborne might make its way to PC.
And Evan and
Yeah.
I have really been on this Splitgate kick, which has been super fun.
Yeah, it's
That is
almost
one of the
awesome.
conversations you missed.
No.
Yeah.
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 Like I said, I played that when it first came out, like probably it was like a year and a half ago, I want to say. And it was fun back then, so I'm excited to see what they've added to it.
I have no idea what it is. I have no desire.
Imagine like
What game?
Portal Halo.
Wait,
Just
what
like
in Halo?
Portal.
Uh,
So,
eh,
yeah.
You know,
It's pretty fun.
Portals actually went down as like one of the greatest game achievements of all time.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
It's a
No.
great game.
yeah, it's like in those cult following video games like that one and Half-Life 2 and
Hmm.
Half-Life and stuff like that.
See,
Yeah.
I could never get into those games. I tried to
couldn't either.
multiple times, and it's just like I just can't do it.
Yeah, I even tried Team Fortress and nope,
Yeah, same.
couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Team Fortress is tough, dude.
Yeah,
It's tough.
I remember playing that for a while, and I suck so much at it. I'm like, it's enjoyable. I'm just terrible.
It reminds me of like Monday Night Combat. Did you ever play that one?
Hmm.
Oh man, that was a really cool game. I think it's dead now, but that was good.
Yeah.
So when's your next stream, Mojo?
It will probably be Tuesday night for
In Tarkov.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then this week we don't have a whole lot going on with work, so I'm probably gonna be doing more streams this week. Probably gonna try doing some more Neo because I'm nearing the end of the game. I'm gonna be doing New Game Plus kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know what
Outriders.
Outrider.
Yeah, you're gonna have
I do
to
gotta get on that.
you're gonna have to clear some games out by April 1st because that's when Outriders officially drops.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be playing anything else.
Yeah, and then Fridays are always I'm streaming with my boy Overtitus doing it's either like Valheim or like Deep Rock Galactic, kind of like survival games in a sense, and then just chatting for a couple hours. So
Oh yeah. Well, I definitely need people to play Valheim with because I have nobody. I played today for maybe like an hour and a half, and a troll killed me. So I went and grabbed my stuff and then got off.
Yep.
Like, I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's got a lot of hype on it. I'll try it out one day.
It's a good time.
Today's not.
I
the day.
imagine it. It's
feel like-
it's kind of boring when you're by yourself, but
Yeah.
like if you're building stuff, like it's kind of therapeutic in that sense. So I mean, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much. That
I
goes into
imagine it
after
being
work for you.
fun with friends.
Yeah, like I had like in all the playthroughs I haven't even scratched the surface of the game. Like from what I've seen people do, there's just so much like later
Yeah.
on. It's not even funny.
I've seen like castles and shit that are built, and I'm like,
Mhm.
how?
Yeah, there's
How?
like portals you can go through and all kinds of different like brewing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's tons of it.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, the game literally came out like 2 weeks ago. How are you?
Yeah, right.
All right. So
Yeah.
that's that
Yeah.
stream
Plus
mode
with friends,
activated.
friends, you'll typically like progress further, because like me trying to take on this troll would have taken forever,
But with
and I was like, I'm
three
gonna
people
wait
on
for
it.
friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna wait for people to help me with this shit.
I was hanging out with Tay and Chloe and some other people the other night, and he was showing his place that he had built. It was like super elaborate with like, he had honeybees and everybody had their own little different houses, and it was super. It was cool. It was cool to look at.
Yeah, I have a couple bee things,
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
bee houses.
Well, Mojo,
Bees.
we gotta hit you with that one final question real quick here.
With it.
What's a game that you thought you'd love but you end up hated and vice versa?
That is a very good question. So, I gotta think about that one.
Good.
I would like look through my Steam library, but my Steam's being dumb. But I know like, yeah. Let me see here. I'm gonna peruse real quick, like, because I know
Gotta jar the noggin a little bit.
I do, yeah, because it's like I'm kind of stupid.
You don't
So,
you don't make any drugs that help with
Same.
that?
I mean, I do, but
Do you get discounts? Do you get take anything home? What perks come with that job?
basically any medications I need are free. So that's pretty good, as long as they're not like uber expensive.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's got to be some kind of extent
Yeah,
to that. Yeah.
there's that's super nice.
Now, question.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to do anything, but just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Blink
You know-
once
you
or
know what
blink
I'm
twice.
Are you in trouble? But
There,
no,
yeah, there's.
seriously.
We'll get some scrippies from our friend, and then
Yeah,
we'll link up with you.
Hook up
Yeah,
with
yeah,
me
yeah.
and you.
Get a
Exactly.
scrippy pad.
Yeah,
Got some
they for real
scrippies.
though, they have like seriously so much stuff to help like combat like false prescriptions, that kind of stuff. It's crazy. Like
Oh yeah, I'm
you
sure.
need like basically like a whole printing press to print your own scripts if you want to do it right.
Jeez.
Like I'm not
have
giving out
one.
advice or anything like that, but
Can you get a printing press on Amazon?
I don't know. So okay, so I found
Yeah.
the game that I bought. I was super hyped for, but it let me down tremendously. That was Prey. That came out. Oh,
Oh,
right.
Facts.
Yeah,
that game was
yeah.
so boring. I played the
Yeah.
demo, and I was like, this game sucks,
I know,
dude.
the
Like, just
trailers made it look
moving felt weird.
awesome. Yeah.
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 I played it on
played it.
PS Now, and it was
Mhm.
yeah, it was weird.
That was disappointing.
Yeah, I was
Um,
so excited for that one. I'm like, this looks awesome, and I played it. I'm like, this sucks.
That's how
Yeah.
I felt when I played the Technomancer. Jeff got me all hyped up for this game. I'm watching gameplay. I'm like, this looks dope. I played it, and I was so mad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna apologize because you saw gameplay. You didn't judge your
It
assessment
looks good.
based on
No,
yeah.
no, because you were like, "How is it?" And I was like, "It sucks." And you're like, "Oh, really?" Like you would if you made the
No.
you almost made the jump. If I didn't tell you that, you were gonna do it.
I mean, it's free now. It's on PS Now,
So
so
yeah, so I saved you. You're
Yeah.
fucking welcome.
I mean, dude, who knows? They might have changed it up. There's always like updates to games that we never think about or overlook.
Nah,
So
the damage has been done.
I'm emotionally scarred now.
And then for the game that I wasn't really looking forward to, but then ended up loving, I'd have to go with like Monster Hunter, for sure. Like
Really?
I remember I watched my brother play it, like, because it came out on PS4 like 3-4 months before it came out on PC, and I'm like, this looks kind of boring and like just like so slow paced. And then like honestly now that's my most played game on Steam. Like I fell in love with it.
So it's funny that you say that because, and I'm sure you probably didn't have this trouble on PC, but the game itself was fun. I enjoyed it. If you were a boss hunter kind of guy and that's what you're wanting
Yeah.
to do, then hell yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But it was the connection to try to play with other people, especially on the
Yeah.
console
It is
side, was
It is
super
weird.
finicky. It was super weird. It was
It's
so
got
hard
my PC too.
to get somebody
That's not
else.
even my biggest complaint. For
Yeah.
me, it was like you're about to go on this hunt and you need to recraft all this shit. Then you got to make a meal and then you got to stock up on all this shit that you just made. And I mean, you got to take like once you're fighting the boss, you get hit once, you got to you got to fucking heal. And it's
Yeah.
slow. And then by the time you heal, he fucking hits you again. So the whole time you're fucking dodging and just spamming potions and it's so much. And I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, this
like,
is fucking
see, that for
annoying,
me,
dude.
like that for me was like motivation. It's like, okay, I want to. This is gonna suck at first, but then I'm gonna progress further enough to come back and kick this thing's ass, and like I have no trouble doing it. So it's like
Well,
I'm
I
that's
mean-
talking like I'm
motivation.
talking like after the campaign, like once you start going up those levels and stuff, and you're fighting Kieran,
Mhm.
and it sucks, and you're fighting like those three dragons at
Mhm.
like the same time, like the one with like the tornado and shit.
Yeah,
So annoying, dude.
Yep.
The game itself is awesome, but there was just so many little things in it that just pissed me off.
it's like the last update they had for Iceborne was Fatalis, and that thing, yeah, it'll shit in your Cheerios. Like it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like it will one shot you.
chocolate flavored Cheerios.
Like you could have hours and hours of grinding all the best stuff, and then you would just get one shot immediately. So
Yeah.
it was.
And like when you're trying to grind, it's that RNG system, and like you have to break certain spots on the monsters to get a certain item,
Mhm.
and like
it's very farmy and grindy.
very
Like,
grindy.
If you love those kind of games, then it's like, okay, that's fine. But like for me, like what I did to try like not getting bored with the grinding, I like picked up like literally every weapon in the game. So I'm like, okay, I want to try this out, so I don't get bored.
Yeah.
So
I think I would like it more if it was like more open world instead of like
Yeah,
this is our
I agree
base
with that.
area, this is each little level. If it was a straight up open world thing, I might have more fun
That'd
with
be
it because it feels more cohesive
See,
instead
the
of
old Monster Hunters used to be like that. They had like
Mhm.
the entire map, and it's like, okay, this is over here, this is over here, and you can kind of get there through all these different regions, and it was like all one place, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I liked Horizon Zero Dawn a lot was because it has that
hmm
which Monster Hunter's lacking.
Yeah, I
And,
agree.
and
with
you
that
have
100%.
something to traverse in besides walking.
Yeah,
So that's-
true. In Ice Sport, they did
just
add
saying.
they added animals you can ride on to get places faster, so that was pretty nice.
Mhm. That's
But
pretty
yeah,
cool.
walking sucks. Boring.
Oh, Miss Mojo wants to ask where your cat is.
I have no idea. He's probably off being a fat ass somewhere. Oh yeah, he's eating right now.
Nice.
Well, Mojo, I greatly appreciate you hanging out with us today. It was
Yeah, dude.
super fun to learn a lot of different things that I didn't expect. You know, it's especially more about your job and the fact that you didn't
Yeah.
really get the opportunity to kind of game at a younger age like the rest of us did.
Mhm.
That was it's kind of different.
Yeah. My pleasure. being
Again,
here.
tell
So, yeah,
everybody
thanks
where
for
they
having
can find you, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch, Mojo2241. I'm also that on Twitter, which is where all my stuff usually goes. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, Mojo2241. And I'll be streaming live Tarkov Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central on Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
That's a
in
good
the-
time.
It's
Yeah.
in
I
the
still-
name.
I still have to play that with you
You
sometime.
do.
Oh.
It's a good old time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, please stick around. We will be transversing into the Rundown podcast, where three guys are going to sit around and talk about what goes on in the news, since apparently another one doesn't keep up with it.
It's told not to.
As always, I'm your host, Michael, alongside I am the Hefe Plays and Big Deadly Grin, and we will see y'all back in just a few minutes.
Don't go anywhere.
No wow.